All right, in this video, we're going to review again how to solve equations that have variables on both sides and they're both in a numerator. So I have number 5 recopied over here, and so I have more room. 7 plus x divided by 7 equals the opposite of x thirds, or x divided by 3 minus 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I get 11 plus x over 7 on the left side. And on the right side, I have the opposite of x thirds. Some people say negative x thirds or the opposite of x divided by 3. What I'm going to do now is put parentheses around both sides and then add another set of parentheses and stop and think, what can I multiply both sides of the equation by? I could multiply any number I want. I'm looking for a number that will get rid of the denominators, the 7 and the 3. What do you mean get rid of? I'm looking to eliminate the denominators and no more fractions to solve the equation without fraction. So I want a multiple of 7 and a multiple of 3. Multiples of 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 21 is the number I want. I'm going to distribute 21 times 11 and 21 times x over 7. Use my calculator. 21 times 11 is 231. So I get 231 here. And when I distribute 21 times x over 7, remember how to multiply when you have fractions. You can simplify any denominator and any numerator. If you can try to simplify it. Well, 7, it goes into 7 once. 7 goes into 21 3 times. 3 times x is the result. Now I multiply 21 times the opposite of x thirds. I can put 21 over 1. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 21 7 times. 7 times x is 7x. The denominator 1 times 1 is 1. And a negative times a positive is a negative. We have no more fractions. Let's get the variable on one side. I'm going to add the opposite of 3x to both sides, which gets rid of the 3x. So I get 231 equals negative 10x. Divide by negative 10 on both sides. I think I got the signs right. Negative, yep, negative there. And when I divide 10 into 231, it goes in 23 whole times with a remainder of 1. So it'd be 1/10. And I know a positive times a negative, a positive number times a or divided by a negative number will be a negative. And of course, negative 10 times x divided by negative 10 gives me x by itself. Whoops. Got it right between pages there. So the answer should be negative 23 and 1/10. To make sure I got it right, this thing stops moving on me, I should take that solution, substitute it back in the equation, see that both sides are the same. That's where a calculator, I recommend calculator, use it to make sure it checks. Let's do one more example, similar type of problem. Here we have number 8. Moved it off to the side for more room. The variable is x. I want to get x by itself. To do that, let me move the 7. Let's get rid of the 7 by adding negative 7 or just subtracting 7 on both sides. But x fifths equals the opposite of x over 7. 8 minus 7 is 1, so it's plus a 1. And now I'll put parentheses around both of these, both sides. And I'm looking for a number to multiply on both sides to get rid of the denominator of 5 and the denominator of 7. What's the least common multiple of 5 and 7? It's going to be 35. When I multiply 35 times x over 5, I could put it over 1. 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into 35 goes 7 times. 7 times x is still on the left side. On the other side, I need to distribute 35 times the fraction opposite of x over 7. Positive times a negative is a negative. Divide by 7, I get 1. Divide by 7, I get 5. So it'd be 5x over 1, or just negative 5x. When I go to distribute to the 1, I must go back to the 35 that was there when I multiplied. 35 times 1 is positive 35. I'm going to move the x's on the left side. I'm going to add a positive 5x to the negative 5x. So they become 0. So that's a 35 on the right side. 7 plus 5 is 12x there. Divide by 12. X equals. Now, we all know long division. 35 divided by 12. Yikes, look at that sloppiness. 3 would be 36, too much. So 2 times 12 is 24. Remainder of 11. So the answer is 2 wholes and 11 twelfths. And it will be a positive. Take that, substitute in the equation, the original equation there. Make sure both sides check out. Cool.